The Tyranid have established a foothold, and the Astra Militarum are unable to oust them from their positions. In desperation, they've called for reinforcements, and they've arrived in the form of some serious Imperial might. The Ordos Xenos and the Adeptus Custodes. It's Tyranids versus Deathwatch and Custodes as we continue our foray into the Nachmund Gauntlet in this 40K in 40 minutes. Greetings 40K fans, and welcome to this continuation of our Nachmund Gauntlet experience. JT the Voice here, and last time, Hive Mind Mubin was able to establish a beachhead and Guardsman Nick could not stop him. Today, Mubin brings yet more bugs against the might of the combined Custodes and Deathwatch as Nick tries to keep the Xenos threat from taking even more vital ground. I predict some serious carnage in this one.
Welcome to the second episode of this little mini two-part narrative that Nick and I have created. And today is going to be a great day. Today, the Assimilation Swarm has arrived. We're hungry, we wanted snacks, we got snacks, and now we're here for the full 5-course meal.
We've got a Neurotyrant, a Tervigon, and the Swarmlord.
Swarmlord is there to chop some Custodes up. He's here to take names, and, well, once he's done taking names, he's going to have a really, really good dinner.
He's got a whole bunch of Termagants, a Norn Assimilator, a Psychophage, another Psychophage, a Ripper Swarm, and a Ripper Swarm, and some Zoanthropes. His Alpha Wave will be the Tervigon, Termagants, Psychophage, and Swarmlord. His Beta Wave will be the Neurotyrant and the Zoanthropes, and his Gamma Wave will be the Norn Assimilator, Psychophage, and the Ripper Swarms.
I'm bringing as many Harvester keywords as I can that I have available to me in the Leviathan army at the studio, and this should be a lot of fun.
The Imperium has been pushed back, the defenders have been slaughtered, and the only thing standing in the way is, of course, the golden light of the Custodes.
Nick's list consists of a Blade Champion, a Shield Captain, a Shield Captain, a Shield Captain in Alaric Terminator armor, and Trajan Valoris. He's also got a Deathwatch kill team, a Knight Gallant, and Watch Captain Artemis.
Thematically, I wanted to go with more heroes, so I thought, what better heroes than our community Deathwatch? These are miniatures submitted by our community that were painted by our community and sent in, and we use them as we can in our Deathwatch army.
Nick's Alpha Wave consists of a Blade Champion and the Blade Champion Alexander the Great, a Shield Captain, a Shield Captain, a Shield Captain in Alaric Terminator armor that's Levi the Unbroken, Trajan Valoris as well. His Beta Wave is a Deathwatch kill team and Watch Captain Artemis. His Gamma Wave is the Knight Gallant.
A big stompy robot that can smash things in close combat sounds really fun, and I don't know why it's taking me this long to play one, because it's really cool.
Big thing that I'm worried about in Nick's army is that Knight Gallant. It is a big stompy robot that's going to run around and, well, stomp things.
Mubin's brought a lot of bugs, and big bugs at that. That Norn in particular is gonna be tough to chew through, and I think I'm gonna have to rely on my Gallant Knight to get into combat and slice it up. I really, really hope I can get my Knight Gallant into combat with the Norn. I want that fight. I think that fight would be cool to see.
Today's mission is called Vital Ground. Objectives will be worth 1 point each. The No Man's Land objectives are gonna be worth 2 for Nick and 3 for Mubin at the end of the game.
It's a very simple mission. Hold objectives, get points. If you hold the center objective at the end of the game, you get extra points.
This is part 2 of our Nachmund Gauntlet series. The Tyranids are eating everything, and the Custodes and Deathwatch are gonna try to exterminate them.
We've already claimed this planet. We're just here to complete our consumption of this planet.
It is sometimes a really great palate cleanser to get away from the traditional match play armies and just have fun.
And we are going to consume these Custodes and those pesky Deathwatch at the same time.
Mubin, this is gonna be fun.
Ooh, this is a really nice looking board.
We're playing about 1,500 points today, and I've got 780 points on the board, and the remainder is coming on in waves. Yours comes on turn 2 and turn 3.
It's a special mission rule, so you actually get to bring both your reinforcement waves, your Beta and your Gamma Wave, at once in turn 2.
Yeah.
But one has to end up on my half of the table, and the other one has to end up on your half of the table. So it'll be interesting to see how you do it.
And there is currently 1 objective right there. However, we're about to place 5 more.
Because Nick is the defender for this game, he gets to place the remaining 5 objective markers. 2 of those markers have to be in No Man's Land. It looks like he's chosen to place them more on the top part of the map rather than the bottom. I think he wants to force Mubin to deploy his Tyranids more on one flank than on the other. Not a bad strategy at all.
So, we're gonna have a big old fight in the center.
But it's gonna come down to, because at the end of the game, the center objective is worth extra points.
Yeah, there is no other scoring in this game. It's just the objectives on the board and the objective scoring at the end of the game. Let's do it, you ready?
I'm ready, let's do this.
So I've started playing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Custode drops. Each one is a single guy. So let's start with Trajan.
Ooh.
Trajan's gonna go here and say, I've had it with these bugs on this planet.
I'm gonna put the Psychophage on that side.
Right there?
Yeah, right there. So he's gonna be nice and close to that objective marker.
So a shield captain is going on the left-hand side.
Termagants going down next to the Psychophage.
Termagants are down, a little intimidating. Alexander the Great. He was just investigating this dead Space Marine, and he's standing in the light.
Mama Bug's just gonna go behind
You're
all
all
the babies.
coming on this side. Maybe you should play on this side. Where do you want to go? Right here?
Yeah, right behind him. Gotta keep our babies alive.
I think I gotta put one shield captain down to defend this objective up here.
Okay. The other squad of Termagants is actually going to deploy on this
What's going
side.
on the other side? It's going to be Levi the Unbroken. He's got the +2 attacks. Yeah, he's gonna buddy up with Trajan.
All right. Swarmlord is just going to go on the back there next to the Psychophage.
I have a single blade champion left. He's gonna go over here.
Okay. It's a good start.
Tyranids look to zerg across the board, and the Custodes want to hold. Pretty classic deployment and matchup, I think. Here come the bugs, and the Golden Host wants to keep them away.
So we're deployed, we're ready. Now the real test is, who's gonna go first?
Do you want to go first?
I'd be totally okay with going first.
I kind of don't want to go first.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. I'm on the orange dice. I got 4.
The gray dice say I go first. Good luck, Nick.
Good luck, Mubin!
This episode is brought to you by Magnet Baron. Magnet Baron is your go-to source for anything magnetic. Whether it be Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Star Wars Legion, X-Wing, or any other game, Magnet Baron probably has the magnets you need. They've even got pre-packaged kits for your favorite models. Whether it be disc magnets, block magnets, sphere magnets, or ring magnets, Magnet Baron has got you covered and in the strongest triple-coated N52 neodymium available. They've even got waterproof stitch and sew magnets for your sewing projects or cosplays. If you need a magnet for your next project, make sure to check out magnetbaron.com, and don't worry if you're not in the USA, they ship worldwide.
So on to turn 1. You've got first turn. We're both gonna get a command point.
I get 2, actually, because I've got good old Swarmlord. I have no command facings to do because I have a full unit of Termagants. Don't need to regenerate. Swarmlord doesn't have to do anything, and Termagants don't have to do anything. So off to the races with the Termagants. Let's start with advancing the Termagants on my side.
Termagants to the south are advancing up towards the bottom left objective, towards Trajan Valoris.
So Mubin's going first. I was kind of hoping to go first and just kind of jump onto the enemy, but that's okay. He's gonna come closer and give me an opportunity. I'm not scared of his shooting, and he's not gonna be able to charge me this round. So it's really just a dead turn for him.
Swarmlord moves up next to the Psychophage.
The other Termagants are also going to advance. Whoa, they're speedy little bugs.
Northern Termagants advance towards the midboard. Tervigon moves up to join the rest of his brethren towards the midboard.
And let's go straight into shooting here. We're gonna start with this lovely unit of Termagants that's looking at Trajan's back. We're gonna shoot Trajan in the back.
Hey, Trajan? You think you can take Trajan? Who do you think you are?
We've had Harry the Hormagant. We're now gonna have Terry the Termagant today.
Termagant's now firing on Trajan Valoris. No damage.
No one's. Trajan stands firm.
Tervigon next.
Tervigon firing into Levi the Unbroken, the Alaris Shield Captain. Nick's using the Shield Captain's ability, Emperor's Auspice, for free. That's a feel no pain.
2 wounds, AP nothing, 2 ups. Save them both.
Termagant's shooting next.
Termagant's all into Levi.
Also into Levi.
That's a lot of shots too.
The winning on 5.
2 ups. Oh, I dropped 3.
No, you're gonna feel the pain.
I feel 2.
Ooh, you feel 2, all right.
Whoa, I did not expect those 2 wounds to go through. Suddenly, even with the 4+ feel of pain, I am down to 5 wounds.
Some damage to a Terminator Captain is better than nothing. Now, the Psychophage can't see him, but Swarmlord can, and he's within range as well.
Swarmlord targeting him now, and again, no wounds.
So all my shooting has been shot. That's the end of my turn.
Excellent.
The rest of my shooting wasn't really effective, didn't do much. That's okay. I've moved on to objectives. I've got some positioning. Let's see what Nick does on his turn.
Command phase. No command phase things to do. No battle shots to
You
take.
have some command phase things to do.
I'm gonna use my Auric Champion's ability to target the Psychophage, make it easier to kill, and I think I've got enough to do the job. Into the movement phase we go. Trajan! Charge forward. He's gonna move and go, rawr.
Termagants using their reactive move to move back from Trajan Valoris. Levi the Unbroken moves up next to Trajan. Alexander the Great moves towards those Termagants at the top.
He's moved the Blade Champion, Alexander the Great, closer. We are gonna overwatch with the Swarmlord. So, number of shots. He gets 7. He gets 2.
Oh, it's double ones!
Yes! Was not expecting that. Those double ones were huge.
What an overwatch, down to 2 wounds, just like that. And then my shield captain also moves up and comes up to join Alexander.
All right. Ooh, Nick is coming after the Psychophage. This could be bad. Having a Harvester unit is great because it allows me to regenerate my units, but if he kills the Psychophage, this could spell trouble.
Blade Champion now moves a little towards that upper right objective.
That's my movements.
Shoot a clock?
Yes, let's shoot what we got. The shield captain with the sword and board is gonna fire into the Psychophage.
Shield Captain firing into the Psychophage, no damage.
The shield captain over here with a spear is gonna fire into the Termagants.
Shield Captain now shooting Termagants, 2 down. Levi the Unbroken shooting those Termagants now,
Hitting on 2s.
2 more die. Trajan shooting the southern ones.
2 shots. Hitting on 2s.
Oh no. You obliterated that one over there really badly.
Now we're gonna go in the charge phase.
Charge a clock.
Trajan is going to charge.
Charge phase now, Trajan Valoris into the Termagants, success.
4 on the dice for Levi.
Here we go.
Levi the Unbroken also charges the same squad, he's in too.
Then we have Blade Champion that's gonna target the Psychophage.
Okay.
Can't fail that one. Yeah, he's in. But it's still a low charge.
They're not very enthusiastic today.
not very
Shield Captain charges the Psychophage as well.
Alexander the Great, who's charged in, he's got an enhancement called the Blade Imperator.
Alexander the Great does a mortal wound to the Psychophage. He's down to 9. Alexander the Great forces the Termagants and the Psychophage as well as the Swarmlord to take a battle shock test.
So 3d6. Swarmlord.
Nick's using Earning a Name for 2 command points, and Mubin uses Ablative Carapace for 2 command points on the Psychophage.
Fight phase happening, and we're gonna start with the shield captain. So the shield captain is going to do lethal hits.
Shield Captain does 2 damage to the Psychophage. It's down to 7 wounds.
So I'm gonna go with the Blade Champion now. He's gonna use his Victus profile to get devastating wounds. Here we go. Come on, babies.
Got 1 more wound. So, how many 6s can the Psychophage make?
15 damage of 7.
I need 9 of them. That is not 9 of them.
So he's gone! I got him! Yeah!
Will it explode? It does! 1 mortal wound to Alexander the Great and the Shield Captain, as well as Swarmlord and the Tervigon.
Goodbye, Psychophage.
That's okay. I've got another Psychophage in reserves, but this one's backed up by an Assimilator.
Yeah, he's down to 1 wound.
Ooh.
So I was considering piling into your Termagants to deny them shooting next turn.
Oh, you should.
It's a little risky now at 1 wound, but I'm gonna go for it anyways.
All right, do it.
Pile in to the Termagants, onto the objective, but tying them up so they won't be able to shoot next turn.
Now the Termagants go into Alexander the Great. He survives.
And then we go over to these Termagants.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about all this.
Levi the Unbroken into that Termagant squad now. Down go 6.
So Trajan will not use his Once Per Game ability. Instead, just fight normally with 6 attacks.
Trajan Valoris into the same squad. 4 more die.
Termagants, before we finish your turn, get to actually pile in an attack.
Termagants pile into Levi the Unbroken and Trajan Valoris to fight, and they take no damage at all.
Well, we end turn 1. The score is still 0-0 because we're about to score in turn 2 here.
That was a heck of a round 1. The Auric champions have reached the Tyranid lines and downed a Psychophage.
The problem is one of Mubin's group of reinforcements is coming on now, and that might be dangerous. Here we go, Mubin.
Turn 2.
This is the turn that a whole bunch of reinforcements come on.
Termagants pass their battle shock. The Tervigon brings back 5 Termagants. It's 2-0 for Mubin, with 2 command points for Mubin and 1 for Nick.
Movement phase. They're gonna fall back.
Bottom squad of Termagants fall back from Levi and Trajan. Scream!
Those boys are also going to fall back.
Top squad of Termagants fall back to their right. Scream! Swarmlord moves up towards Alexander the Great and the Shield Captain. The Tervigon stay still.
Before we get to shooting, we have reinforcements. I was hoping to bring in the Zoanthropes so I could actually get some shooting and some extra long-range damage in, but Nick killed the only harvester unit I had on the table, which means I can't regenerate things, which makes me not a happy boy.
The Norn Assimilator comes onto the board to the bottom. It is battle shocked because he came onto the board within 9 inches of Trajan and failed his roll. Psychophage comes onto the board to the north, a Ripper Swarm into the middle, and the Ripper Swarm surgical deep strikes next to the statue.
Now, thankfully, I only have a penalty of 1 to my roll here.
So don't roll a 2 and a 1.
We're gonna see what I roll here and see what happens. He gets a 6, -1, so I got a 5. I think it's time to shoot things. Tervigon is gonna shoot into Alexander the Great. Stinger salvo, I believe. 5s.
He is fine.
No problem.
Swarmlord into Alexander the Great. Still okay. Psychophage now into Alexander, and he's still great. Alexander the Great is, well, great. Assimilator shoots at Trajan, +2 bonus to his charge because he hit Trajan now, but Trajan is fine.
Okay, my shooting did not go the way I wanted it to. I was really hoping to take down that Blade Champion, Alexander the Great, in shooting, so then that way I could just charge and focus down just the Shield Captain. Which means onto the charge phase.
Swarmlord charging Alexander the Great and Shield Captain successfully.
One thing I did forget to note for the Assimilator, because of the mission and the final victory points, his single-minded purpose isn't to kill anyone, it's just to hold the center.
Ooh.
So if he's in the center, he has an OC-15, and he has a 5-up feel no pain built in.
That's gonna be tough.
And now for the Assimilator 6-inch charge into Trajan.
The Assimilator reaches Trajan and Levi.
Yeah, me too.
You can interrupt over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to opt to fight with the Assimilator first.
Fight phase now, Trajan pops his 2+ invulnerable save.
It's gonna be a lot, and if I can actually manage to kill him, it'd be great, but a 2-up save is gonna be really tough to get through. Starting with the Scything Talons.
Assimilator pounding into him, Trajan takes 3 wounds. 4 wounds remaining.
And then the Toxic Injector Harpoons.
Trajan has defended successfully thus far.
On to the Swarmlord then.
Swarmlord into Alexander the Great and the Shield Captain. 3 attacks into Alexander and 5 into the Shield Captain.
I'm gonna start with the Blade Champion first.
Swarmlord hits Alexander the Great first, and he's down.
The Blade Champion has fallen.
No! Now into the Shield Captain, only 1 wound. Shield Captain down to 3 left.
Okay, managed to get Alexander the Great, but the Shield Captain still lives. He was hiding behind his shield. Pretty dang good.
But now it goes in ongoing combat.
It does.
Levi, the Unbroken, using Earning of a Name here, into the Assimilator. It takes 3 damage. Assimilator down to 13 wounds remaining.
And then Trajan will come in.
Trajan now into the Assimilator, defending everything.
He's a champ!
Wow, takes nothing.
You still have your Shield Captain to fight.
Shield Captain into the Swarmlord, 1 damage. Got 8 wounds remaining.
Okay, well, I think that's the turn.
That is the end of the turn.
It's still 2-0 as we go into bottom on turn 2. But it's now my turn to bring in
Oh
reinforcements.
boy.
That was a heck of a second turn, moving at 2 points to Nick's 0.
My turn 2, I'm gonna bring in reinforcements this round. My knight is gonna be able to come in, and these Death Watch are gonna come in. I'm hoping they're just gonna lay waste to the enemy.
Nick passes Battle Shock, scores 3 points on primary, and he's targeting the Norn Assimilator this turn.
Move in face.
Yes.
First thing's gonna happen, this Shield Captain.
Shield Captain on the right moves towards those Rippers.
So the Blade Champion could sit there amably just like, la-di-da-di-da, I've got this objective, or I can go kill Termagants.
Blade Champion moves towards the Termagants at the top. Trajan staying in combat because falling back Assimilator will probably harpoon him if he leaves. Shield Captain moves to the mid objective. Swarmlord overwatching Shield Captain for a command point. No damage.
At the end of the move phase, I can bring my reinforcements.
Here come Nick's reinforcements, a Knight Gallant in the north, close to the Psychophage.
Oh boy, that knight is coming in. Nick really does not like my Psychophages.
It will be battle shocked because he's within 9 inches of the Psychophage.
Then I bring my other reinforcements, which is a unit of Death Watch.
Death Watch kill team with Watchmaster Artemis comes in from the left side.
It's more fun to shoot things than it is to sit there. So the Death Watch are gonna come in and shoot away. Let's shoot things.
Yeah, let's shoot things.
Death Watch are taking all their guns,
Shooting into the poor Termagants.
Into the poor Termagants. See if we can wipe them out.
Death Watch kill team shooting Termagants and the Assimilator.
It is gonna be -1 to hit the Norn because he's in combat.
Give me 6s.
Assimilator, no damage.
The bolters and the frag cannons into the Termagants.
3 Termagants die to the kill team. Frag cannon alone kills another 4.
Termagants almost dead. Probably should not have split fire. Probably should just all gone into the Termagants, killed the unit.
One of these days they'll get to finally have a proper meal without getting interrupted.
We're gonna go with the Knight. He's gonna shoot everything he's got into the Tervigon. So he's got a Storm Spear rocket pod and a Melt-A-Gun.
Knight into the Tervigon, down to 12 wounds.
Next, I've got the Storm Spear rocket pod, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Tervigon now down to 9 wounds. More damage being done to that big beastie.
The Guardian Spear from the Shield Captain on the right-hand side of the board is gonna fire at the Rippers.
Shield Captain into the Rippers, and they are toast.
Let's go into the charge phase.
I don't like that part.
And I want to charge with a Knight.
Would you kindly fail it, Nick?
Oh, I sure hope I don't. You could do it. I believe in you. You could do great things if you put your mind to it.
Charge phase now, and the Knight successfully charges the Psychophage. I guess he wasn't as scared of the big bug as we thought.
All right, fine, pick on the Psychophage, but you are gonna pay for this.
Blade Champion tries to charge the Termagants, and he fails. Levi using his once per battle ability to reduce all incoming damage to 1. Knight starting us off, piling in, fighting off the Psychophage.
2's a hit. I need them all to wound. All wound. You're
No
dead.
6s.
32 feel no pains, Mubin.
Psychophage still dies despite the feel no pain.
Sponsor of this episode is Magnet Baron, and this Knight is very magnetized. There's something fun you could do with magnets. So I could take the fist and go, get him off there, pick him up, squish him. Ah! Sorry. There you go.
Okay.
Mubin's using Broodguard Impulse for a command point.
He's killed my Psychophage, he killed a Harvester unit, which means now I'm gonna have +1 to wound against that Knight.
Now we go into the rest of the fights.
Yeah.
So ongoing combat.
The Assimilator is fighting into Trajan.
I'm now gonna spend 1 command point.
Nick using Emperor's Auspice for a command point.
Oh, Nick!
4 up, feel no pains. Any that go through, I can't fail 4. I failed 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly.
And you
4.
can't re-roll feel no pains.
Goodbye, Trajan.
You did very little.
Nick using Earning a Name for a command point, and Levi the Unbroken gets it. Fighting into the Norn Assimilator, 3 damage. The Norn Assimilator is down to 10 wounds remaining.
Well, we end the turn. I've still got 3 points from my primary score. You have 2 points.
Nick's clapback wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I've got a lot alive still. That Assimilator is still nice and healthy.
I'm winning slightly. However, Mubin still has 1 reinforcement step to bring in, and those brain bugs with the zappies are really scary.
We are going to just shoot everything with mind bullets. It's gonna be great. Let's see what happens in turn 3.
We start a new turn.
I go to 3 command points.
3 command points!
Swarmlord!
Movement start 3 now. The Termagants pass Battle Shock. Levi the Unbroken triples his objective control this turn.
So I take that objective away from you.
You've taken the objective away, which is fine, but we're just here to feed.
Mubin's using Feed the Swarm. The Assimilator heals 4. It's got 14 wounds remaining. 1 primary point sees us go to a tie. That's right, 3-3, folks.
Swarmlord's gonna stay put, because he's gonna give himself options. Termagants are gonna roll.
Termagants advancing onto the top objective. They now hold the top 2 objectives.
Look at that line of Termagants there.
These Termagants are also going to advance.
Bottom Termagants advancing. Nick overwatching them with the Death Watch kill team for a command point, and they're gone.
No, my little guns.
Nothing else to move this phase. Reinforcements come in. Neurotyrant and Zoanthropes in the northern part of the board.
Zoanthropes are in. They've got a Blade Champion in their sights. They've got a Knight in their sights. Let's see what they can do. Assimilator.
Yeah.
In the shooting phase. We are going to take the harpoons and just shoot them into Levi. We're going to shoot some harpoons in his face and see if we can take him.
Emperor's Auspice for free.
Toxic Injector harpoons, go!
Whoa!
6 damage.
4 wounds, down to 1 remaining.
Ah, he still lives. All right, looks like I just have to do it in combat here. Swarmlord's gonna go next.
Swarmlord into the shield captain, takes 2 damage. 1 wound left.
We are gonna go to the Neurotyrant and his friends. Neurotyrant's gonna fire into Blade Champion, because he has 18-inch range. And the Zoanthropes are all shooting at the knight, because it's big and scary.
Neurotyrant into the Blade Champ. He's dead. Holy crap. What a roll.
Okay, Blade Champion's gone. Nice, good job, Neurotyrant. And then all the Warp Blast shots into the knight.
Wrong mission.
Mubin re-rolling for a command point, takes 6 damage. Knight down to 16 wounds left.
Let's go into the charge phase, because I don't have any other shooting I want to do.
Tervigon charging the knight.
You're licking in a very inappropriate spot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Swarmlord also charges the knight.
I want to eat you.
I'm gonna start with the Tervigon first, because Mama Bug's not happy.
Coming clutch.
3!
Live, buddy, live!
Oh no!
Mubin re-rolling for a command point, does 11 damage. Knight's down to 5 wounds left.
Okay, you've done some damage, you've brought it down to 5 wounds. I think the Swarmlord can do the rest and pick it up.
I can only fail 1? No! I wanted to live and fight!
Die and explode!
No!
Die and explode!
The first one
Fails. That's 3
I
damage.
can fail 1. Lives.
Okay.
He lives?
Don't you do it, Nick. Don't you do it.
On this dice,
No.
he lives, and then I'm gonna
No.
kill them both.
No.
5 or 6, go! Yes! He's alive! So good! I love you! He lives! He lives, he lives, he lives! He lives with 2 wounds left!
No, Nick made his 5 up. He's still alive. He's barely alive, but he's still alive.
We're going to ongoing combats. I'm gonna fight with the Terminator.
Levi the Unbroken into the Assimilator, does 6 damage. 8 wounds left on the Norn Assimilator.
But now he's gonna make you pay for that. It's time for Levi the Unbroken to break.
Will Levi the Unbroken remain unbroken?
You can do it, I believe in you!
No! The Norn Assimilator takes him out!
Assimilator has ripped him to shreds. Now we have a clear path to that center objective. And then your knight gets to fight.
I get a bait! I'm so excited!
Knight punching the Tervigon and the Swarmlord. 2 to the Tervigon, 4 to the Swarmlord.
2 into the Tervigon.
Okay.
The Tervigon lives!
Into Swarmlord. Let's see if I can kill Swarmlord.
No.
2's to wound ya.
Be in the box. You failed 1. We have another chance. We can re-roll this.
Swarmlord needs a command point reroll, but he dies! Mubin will not get any extra command points and the Swarmlord does not explode. Don't worry, folks. The hive mind will just make a new one.
But that's the end of my turn.
So we still have a score of 3-3. I've got no command points left. You've got no command points left. I have very little left on the board. Mm-hmm. But we all know that you only need 1 custodian to win the game. So we're starting a new turn. I get 1 command point, going up to 1.
I only get 1 as well.
We're about to score some points. But before we do it, I do have to take some battle shock. And that is the difference between me scoring this one right here.
Shield Captain passes with insane bravery here because Nick needs the points. Nick's got 2 points on primary.
You also have your assemblage of might to declare.
I'm going to declare these Termagants, actually, to be the target move phase. The shield captain is going to go forward 6 inches.
Forward.
Shield Captain moves forward onto the right and hides. Deathwatch kill team advances to the right. They are on that center left objective.
The Deathwatch are not in the ideal spot right now. Their only target is to shoot into the Norn. They don't have all their guns in range. So the best thing they can do is hope to move onto the objective and then score it. The shield captain is going to start the shooting by firing into the Termagants.
Pew, pew, pew.
Shield Captain on the left firing into the Termagants. Termagants okay.
The knight needs to take out the Psychophage, because if I could do it,
Ooh, that knight's still alive. Nick is gonna try and shoot that Tervigon dead.
The knight shoots the Tervigon and it does its best Taylor Swift impression and just shakes it off.
oh, he whiffed all his shooting. He didn't get any of his shots through. That sucks. There's only 1 charge, and that's for that shield captain to try to get into these Termagants.
Shield Captain on the left charges into the Termagants.
He's gonna go for his Skatov sustained hits.
Yep.
Once per game ability to use lethal and sustained here. He doesn't roll any 6s, however. He does kill 6 Termagants, but they still hold the objective.
Would you like to fight with the Termagants first?
No, the mama bug.
Please?
No.
They sure?
No.
These guys are better.
You killed Swarmlord. You will pay for this now.
Tervigon into the Knight now. Knight is down.
And you killed the shield captain. Oh my god, Nick! No!
Yes! So it does D6 mortal wounds to every unit within 6,
Okay.
which is, of course, the Tervigon,
Yep.
and my shield captain, and
The
your
Termagants.
Termagants.
5 Termagants die. Shield Captain died. The Tervigon takes a single wound. It's down to 8 wounds remaining, but the Tervigon holds the objective.
The saving grace is my Tervigon can consolidate onto that objective and take it away. The downside is I just lost a bunch of Termagants, and they're too far away for me to heal.
That ends my turn, and I'm still winning, 5-3.
You are.
Don't think there's much more for it.
And round 3 sees Nick up 5-3, but what is left on the board here?
All right, Mubin, we go into turn 4. It's your turn.
It is. I go to 2 command points.
Mubin using insane bravery for the Termagants to pass their battle shock test. The Tervigon cannot respawn any Termagants. The Norn Assimilator is going to heal for 3. He's up to 11 left. 3 points on primary, 6-5 for Mubin.
And then we're gonna go into the movement phase. Mama Bug's actually gonna hop over the wall onto this side and be within 6 of her little baby bugs. Turn 4, it's time to start taking the center. We're going to finish this. The Assimilator is gonna hold that center and he will never move. So now that he's achieved his single-minded purpose, he's now OC 15 on that objective. He has a 5 of Feel No Pain built in. The Zoanthropes and friends, however, we're just gonna advance. They're gonna move 9 inches.
Tyrant and Zoanthropes advance towards midboard, and the Rippers advance toward the Termagants.
Nick doesn't have a lot left. He also hasn't really given me any targets to shoot. So I've moved into position, I have claimed objectives, and I'm done my turn.
Call that a pretty quick turn for Mubin. 6-5 as we head into Nick's turn 4.
So we're start turn 4. I got a command point going up to 2.
I go to 2 as well.
2 points primary for Nick takes him up to 7. No battle shocks to pass, targeting the Assimilator this time.
At the end of the game, the center objective is worth an extra 3 points to you.
So killing me off of it forces the rest of my army to actually have to get there in my next turn.
I go last, though.
You do go last, so you have a chance of taking it away.
Yeah. So it's time for the Death Watch to show their quality. All right, I got very little left. It's all coming down to my Death Watch shooting and charging and killing the Tervigon and taking the objective away. I gotta take objective away from him. I can't let him score anymore. So my entire Death Watch is in range, so we're gonna try to kill the Tervigon.
Nick using a command point for grenades first before they shoot. 3 mortal wounds. Tervigon down to 5 wounds left.
Shooter! Shooter!
Watch Captain Artemis shooting the Tervigon now, and he misses.
Infernus Heavy Bolters.
Deathwatch kill team now into the Tervigon, no damage.
That was a terrible shooting phase, but we come down to it, I'm gonna have to charge you. I got Thunder Hammers, that's all I need.
Deathwatch kill team charging into the Tervigon succeeds.
We're gonna see if these Thunder Hammers are enough.
Thunderhammer's first. Oh, not a great roll. Tervigon's alive. Rest of the Deathwatch kill team now takes it down to 4 wounds remaining.
Can Artemis be a hero?
Here comes Watch Captain Artemis, lethal hits. The Tervigon dies.
Artemis jumps on top of him and goes stab, 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 and then jumps off just in time.
Wait, there is still deadly demise, and then I explode.
Oh, you might.
What is it with all the explosions this game? This is nuts.
2 of the Termagants die, but more importantly, a Deathwatch kill team member is gone down.
Oh,
man! No! I gotta say, the Deathwatch have kind of been heroes of this game so far. And then they all pile onto the objective, I guess. And that takes away your ability to regenerate the Termagants. That ends my turn. I'm at 7 to your 6.
In a turn 4, we get a score of 6-7 in favor of Nick, but Nick really doesn't have anything left, and I think Mubin may be able to pull this out at the end of the game.
Turn 5.
Turn 5.
All right, turn 5, we're at the end step here. There's very little I can do. I'm holding on by a thread.
So, command phase things. First things first, I'm gonna hand out a little Neuroloid to my Termagants.
Termagants pass because they're within Synapse and they have that Neuroloid. 3 Termagants come back. Norn Assimilator heals 3 up to 14. 2 primary points for Mubin takes him up to 8.
We're gonna get rid of the Death Watch veterans. We're gonna get rid of this shield captain. We're going to continue to claim this world and consume it. Let's go into the movement phase. So, get himself within 12 of Jim. You know what, first things first, Ripper is just gonna scooch over this way. Termagants, just so I have extra movement, are gonna advance.
All right, there's a bit of a Hail Mary play here, but I'm gonna Overwatch with the Death Watch. If I can kill the entire unit of Termagants, I can maybe take him off that objective and make it so that he can't score.
Nick overwatching for a command point into the Termagants first. Re-rolling for a command point, 1 Termagant dies. Deathwatch kill team kills 3, 1 more goes down, that's only 4. And the Zoanthropes have moved to that upper right objective.
The brain bugs are coming.
We're gonna start with the harpoons into Jim.
Assimilator now into the shield captain. Nick using Emperor's Auspice again here. Feel no pain on him for free. Moon re-rolling for a command point, and he lives. 2 wounds, 4 wounds remaining.
Zoanthropes are all gonna shoot into the poor Death Watch.
Yeah, they're probably all dead.
Zoanthropes into the Deathwatch kill team. Ho ho ho! 6 dead kill team members.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So that's the end of my turn. Over to your turn 5.
End of Mubin's 5. It's 8 to 7, and he's got some primary to score at the end of the turn.
I've managed to do some crippling damage to the Death Watch. I did not manage to kill that shield captain, which means turn 5 for Nick, it's time to Shadows in the War.
Let's lay it out here.
Yeah.
You've got 8 points. I've got 7. You were winning by 1 point. I am on 2 objectives currently, but I score at the end of the game. So if the game were to end right now, I would score 2 points, and I would be up by 1. However, the center objective is also worth extra points to whoever controls it at the end of the game.
I'm gonna put the nail in the coffin right here, right now, Nick.
Yeah?
It's time, because it's your command phase.
Yeah?
Shadows in the War.
The shield captain, he's got a 6. That means he
7.
fails.
He fails.
He fails. The Death
No,
Watch.
shield captain.
They fail!
No!
They both fail! They succumb!
Oh, there it is. The Shadows does it. Both units are battle shocked for Nick.
Shadows in the War, which means I score 0 points, and there is nothing else I can do, which means you've won the game.
Mubin's gonna gain 3 more points at the end of the game because he held that center objective, and that is going to make Mubin the winner. The hive mind succeeds. It's 11 to 7, your final.
We consume the planet. That was a wild game, Nick.
Congratulations.
That was wild.
Oh, what a back and forth. The Emperor's champions couldn't quite do it, and the hive mind continues its assault deep into this Imperial planet.
Well done, Mubin. Well done. The planet has been consumed.
Well played, Nick. That was a blast. There was just so many things about this game. It was just ridiculous. All the explosions, the corner of doom, like just so many things died in that one corner.
That was a ton of fun, Mubin. Thank you so much. It's just a joy to play in a more story-driven format like this and take lists that are just really for fun.
Thank you again all for watching. This was a ton of fun. I can't wait to do this again. Nick, that was a blast. And I hope you enjoyed this little mini 2-part kind of narrative sort of thing that we put together. It was a lot of fun to play. It was a lot of fun. And the board was just gorgeous.
This is what Warhammer's all about. Throw some dice with some friends. Play a cool story. Have some fun.
Big thanks again to this episode's sponsor, Magnet Baron. Remember, if you need a magnet for your next project, make sure to check them out at magnetbaron.com. Thanks again, Mubin and Nick. That was a lot of fun to watch. Congrats, Mubin. And of course, as always, a great big thank you to you for watching. If you like what we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. That's it for all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time we see you in the far-flung future of a grim, dark universe, play on.